Hey everyone, welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Settle in, because today's episode blends romance, rumor, and a bouquet so large it practically stopped traffic. Yes, we're talking about the latest twist in the saga of Elçin, Sangu, and Barış, Arduç duo whose on-screen electricity once lit up Friday nights, and whose off-screen friendship now has the internet in detective mode all over again. In-depth stories like this one are your cup of tea. Tap the like button, subscribe, and if you'd like early access to bonus cuts, consider hitting join down below. Ready? Let's dive deep. 1. A crash course refresher. Before we get to the rose-filled doorway, it helps to remember why these two names still command so much attention. Nearly a decade has passed since Kiralık AGK set viewing records and turned Sangu and Arduç into household names. The rom-com's premise was simple fake relationship. Real feelings, but what made it stick was how naturally the leads volleyed glances, silences, and half-smiles. Critics called it chemistry you can't manufacture, and ratings proved the point. Reruns still trend on streaming platforms from Jakarta to Johannesburg. Since that breakout, both actors have built impressive resumes. Sangu toggled between legal thrillers, art house indies, and a period fantasy that required 3 months of sword training. Arduç ventured into historical epics, think chain mail, horseback charges. An Ottoman palace intrigued, then detoured into a moody noir that earned festival buzz for its long takes and whispered dialogue. Through it all, interviewers kept steering the conversation back to their bond. Each time they laughed off dating rumors, insisting they were simply battle-tested scene partners who never lost touch. Yet every friendly selfie reignited speculation. Which brings us to the flowers. To the snapshot that sparked a storm. Late Sunday morning, a freelance photographer staked out on Istanbul's European side captured a blurry yet telling sequence. Sangu stepping through the rotatory gate of Arduç's riverside residence. Arms loaded with 2 cascading bouquets, long-stemmed crimson roses in the left, peach garden roses in the right. No assistants, no stylist adjusting hems, just Sangu in denim, linen trench, and white sneakers, smiling as if the banter inside still echoed in her ears. Half a dozen petals trailed behind her on the walkway. Within an hour, the images landed on a mid-tier gossip blog. From there, they ricocheted onto higher traffic sites, and by dusk, every major entertainment desk in the country had published a slideshow titled Some Variation of Roses for Elçin Gesture or Giveaway. The pictures alone don't confirm anything, but context fuels interpretation. For one, Arduç had returned from an out-of-town film set less than 48 hours earlier. Second, insiders claim he normally keeps floral tributes private. Years ago, he sent lilies to his mother on her birthday and asked the delivery service to skip. Branded ribbons so neighbors wouldn't notice. He's suddenly commissioned enough roses to fill both of Sangu's arms. Fans reason. There must be a story and they're determined to solve it. 3. Reading the petals' possible motives. 3.1 A milestone celebration. Some observers note that the original Kiralık AGK pilot shot its first scene almost exactly 9 years ago this week. Could the flowers mark an unannounced anniversary of the show that changed their lives? Industry veterans swear castmates still toast that date every year. 3.2 Project Hush Hush. Then there's the possibility of a secret collaboration. Rumor mill chatter mentions a streaming feature that needs 2 stars with proven rapport. A private script read-through at Arduç's home followed by a host saying thank you with florals would fit Hollywood logic. 3.3 Something more personal. Of course, romance remains the headline grabber. Roses are shorthand for affection the world over. Skeptics counter that close friends swap flowers all the time in Turkey's entertainment circles. But fans cling to details. The color choice and Sangu's unmistakable glow when paparazzi lenses found her. For timeline of togetherness. To gauge where reality might sit, let's trace key beats. 2014 first chemistry test for Kiralık AGK casting director later admits they were the only pair she couldn't interrupt mid-scene. 2016 ratings peak. Fashion bloggers dub Sangu's copper hair the Daphne effect. 2018 duo reunites for the rom-com film Lulak Samani. Premiere tickets sell out in 6 hours. 2020 casual lunch photos surface. Both stars shrug off questions, calling it catching up between sets. 2023 they present together at the Golden Butterfly Awards. A backstage camera captures Arduç steadying Sangu's gown train with a grin. 2025 the rose-laden exit fuel for endless decoding. Each checkpoint keeps the storyline alive, yet never tips conclusively into couple territory. Each time they appear side by side, PR teams issue identical lines about friendships strengthened by shared history. And each time, viewers choose their own adventure. 5 fan theories and social media sleuthing. Scroll through hashtags like #ElbarReunion. And you'll see collages comparing the new roses to a bouquet Sangu held in a 2017 behind-the-scenes clip. One user zoomed in on the ribbon pattern cream grosgrain, narrow width, same florist maybe. Another account charted flight paths, noting that Sangu wrapped filming at 9 p.m. Saturday yet appeared outside Arduç's gate before noon Sunday, leaving just enough overnight hours to prep an elaborate floral surprise. There's also the doorway diplomacy angle. Fans freeze-framed Arduç's open door in the background and claimed to spot a second bouquet waiting inside, possibly for Sangu to hand to someone else later, implying shared planning rather than spontaneous gifting. None of this is verifiable, but in the realm of pop culture mythology. Speculation keeps communities buzzing and comment sections longer than serialized novels. 6 Symbolism in bloom what roses might say. Florists' no-color language sells bouquets as much as scent. Red roses scream classic romance. But the deeper wine shade pictured often signals mature devotion, think admiration layered with familiarity. Peach, on the other hand, speaks to sincerity, gratitude, the acknowledgement of a favor or milestone accomplished together. A mix of both suggests a message that is equal parts thank you and you matter beyond words. Whether that message lands in the friend zone or the forever zone is precisely the cliffhanger feeding every news cycle right now. Count 2 enters the chat. Rough pixel analysis puts each bouquet at around 40 stems. In traditional Victorian florography, 40 roses translate loosely to my love is genuine. Cue more collective swooning and more insistence from skeptics that we're all reading. Victorian code into a modern florist's bulk discount. 7 industry whispers insiders weigh in. 2 separate crew members, each requesting anonymity afford context. The first claims Sangu recently filmed an emotionally taxing night shoot and mentioned she hadn't seen daylight in a week. The next morning, the roses appear. The second insider, part of Arduç's latest film unit, says the actor called off a weekend hiking trip to host an important guest. He apparently stocked the fridge with Sangu's favorite cherry soda and set his espresso machine to her exact temperature preference. None of this proves romance, but it does sketch a portrait of attentiveness that blurs typical friend boundaries. Publicists for both stars unsurprisingly issued no comment. One simply forwarded a line about private life staying private. Silence, however, often amplifies curiosity more than any confirmation could. 8 business stakes why the buzz matters. In Turkish showbiz, pairing strong leads can double advertiser interest overnight. If networks sense genuine off-screen warmth, they smell ratings. Already, streaming producers are rumored to be red-circling scripts that had stalled in development hell, penciling in Sangu and Arduç atop cast wish lists. Brand managers take note, too. Couple endorsements surreal or perceived sell lifestyle campaigns faster than individual star power. Translation: those roses might indirectly spike fragrance sales come Valentine's season. 9. Where do they go from here? If the floral gesture celebrates a new project, announcements could drop within weeks. Pilot season budgets lock soon. If it commemorates shared history, maybe we'll get nothing but a cryptic Instagram caption just enough to satisfy romantics while preserving mystery. And if, against all prior denials, the duo truly has stepped into couplehood, they might maintain a long-game strategy. Nurture it quietly until media noise dies down. Then offer controlled transparency on their own terms. Whatever unfolds, one through line stands. This friendship plus something dynamic shows staying power. Every few months, new evidence surfaces. The conversation resets. And the world remembers that authentic rapport is rarer than any PR stunt money can buy. 10 final thoughts and your role in the story. Roses wilt, headlines fade. But the fascination with Sangu and Arduç endures because it taps a universal curiosity. Can two people share extraordinary chemistry? Weather fame and still define their connection on their own schedule. Until they spell it out, all we have is conjecture and a doorway awash in roses to analyze frame by frame. So, what's your read? Grand romantic overture, savvy marketing tease, or simply friends celebrating an inside joke? Drop your theories below. Remember, thoughtful comments might feature in next week's community roundup, so make them good. If today's deep dive brought you a new angle on familiar faces, hit like. It tells the algorithm independent storytelling deserves a spotlight. Subscribe for more context-rich updates. And if you want early scripts, behind-the-scenes audio, and monthly live Q&As, the join button's waiting. Thanks for watching Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Chase stories that intrigue you. Appreciate gestures, big and small, and I'll see you in the next video.